If you grew up like me, you know of the American folk legend John Henry. If not, John Henry was born with a hammer in his hand and a symbol of strength and American can-do attitude. He was a steel driver during the era of manifest destiny and Western expansion of the United States. One day, a person came about with a new machine that would rival a man's abilities. Somewhere about West Virginia hills, John Henry challenged that machine to hammering out a tunnel for the railway. He won, but it killed him. Hey y'all, it's your good buddy Justin at Leopard Stripe here. AI is here and it's going to continue to advance. That's just the way it is. It's where we are. And honestly, if you're thinking about what skill to learn, what to go to college for, hell, even if you're edging 50 and you're not sure if your job's going to be around in 5 years, the jury's still out. No one has any clue. I think your best bet is a skilled trade. But anyway, with art, let's jump into it. I'm a graphic designer, animator, web designer, video editor by trade. Grok tells me I'm good for the next 15 years or so, but guys, don't cope too hard. Don't be in denial. I see people out there gloating about AI can't do this well or that well, but this is temporary. This is just a stepping stone. To resist this, it's like trying to resist file sharing or the horseless carriage. The main complaint about AI from artists online right now is that it's essentially stealing. Like all these Marxist artists somehow found their inner capitalists when it comes to AI art. So this is how it's going to go down right now. Right now, graphic designers do not use AI for actual commercial purposes. And if they did, they shouldn't. But just understanding how the world works, guys, the American way is cheaper and faster. It's the future. There'll probably be a website, a platform set up. You can upload your art. You'll be copyrighted, but you'll release it for AI use. And when it is used in a composite or something for a prompt, you'll get like a penny or something, or a percentage. From here, this is where AI gets legitimized basically with graphic designers, and it's where people start getting edged out of work. Scoffing at the whole idea that AI can only copy people's work so it doesn't count. Guys, every artist you've ever admired, every musician you're a fan of, all started out by copying others' work, covering other songs until they're able to write their own. And at first it's going to be shitty, but once they get the hang of their own work, even if it's derivative, we have accents because we hear and copy when we were babies and toddlers, those around us, our parents and those around us. AI is going to copy before it starts with original work. And again, this is just short term. I don't think some of you quite understand. There's GAI and there's AGI. These are two totally different animals. GAI, generative AI, is based on your input. It's able to generate and adapt to your questions. Perhaps it knows a certain task very well, like Midjourney, Grok, ChatGPT. These are generative. These are the ones people joke about saying, my job's fine. Then there's AGI, artificial general intelligence. Just so we're clear, humans are general intelligence creatures. When AI reaches AGI levels, you no longer require a prompt for it to act. It's not relegated to a single task. It can reason for itself. This is where it really hits the fan, guys. You can really tell yourself AI is a bunch of code and instructions, and we don't have the power. But you're made of code and instructions. Your DNA is just a bunch of instructions and code. In the Garden of Eden, God told all the creatures some instructions, go multiply. And this won't always, guys, machines won't always be relegated to metal and plastic. There's development for synthetic biology right now to put this in DNA and brains. We're not in a unique space. It's just more advanced. When the camera was introduced in the 19th century, it was threatening, but artists managed. Painting's not dead. Realism didn't die. You probably have hundreds of photos, thousands of yourself, but how many oil paintings do you have? It's a niche now. With visual art, all you have is the finished product. It's all that matters. There's nothing performative about a painting. So AI just has to print something up and it's done. This is one of the reasons I paint the way that I do, enjoy the paintings that I enjoy, where it's not so polished. The tracks haven't been covered. There's brush strokes all over the place. It shows a process in the painting. There's like a performance you're seeing there. You're not just getting a finished product. You're kind of getting an entire scene that has clues and you can piece it together so it becomes more dynamic and a story in itself for the entire piece. AI is a force that's coming, like it or not just in the art space, but society as a whole. Our only hope is doing something like the Amish thing and setting up a technological dam around society, but that's probably not going to happen. Right now, people are all over the place about it, either full on embracing of it. If you go on LinkedIn right now, you'll find people with AI artists as their job title. Let that sink in. And before we marinate in how ridiculous that is, let's consider this objectively a bit. Back in the Stone Age, when Photoshop was just becoming a more well-known program, the little tricks and brushes and tracing and everything, probably considered pretty standard in digital art today, was seen as unskilled fakery by artistic purists. Every time a new tool is introduced, plug-in, filter, it's just a baseline skill that becomes obsolete. In modern art, and more importantly, business spaces, art, if just translating an idea to be a visual basis that can be disseminated, a business creating advertising doesn't care how their video, graphics, posts, collateral are made. They just want to their liking and as cheap and fast as possible. Same way you do with your food and clothes and whatnot. This will seep into all mediums. Commercial artwork, like the kinds of art decorations you can buy Displate, Walmart, Temu, this will all be overrun by AI, followed by active commerce, your graphics departments, the TV channels, graphic designers. Won't be phased out right away, but I see on LinkedIn people complaining that graphic designers aren't this, aren't that. A graphic designer needs to be an editor, a web designer, an animator, all these things. You got to put on many hats if you want to actually work. Then it'll make its way into taking over the video games, be able to create entire worlds in seconds that an entire team would take half a year to make. Comics, trade books. There'll be clues that these things have been AI'd at first, but after a couple of years, it'll not only become indiscernible, but I think it'll become preferable. Now, in every mass-produced market, the niche demand is going to be there. There's Hiltons and Marriotts, but there's also boutique hotels that carve out their way. Much of art is the brand. There's a documentary called Who the F is Jackson Pollock? It follows a truck driver who bought a large splatter painting for like $20. Later, some believed it was a Jackson Pollock, others don't. But the whole point is that the painting itself doesn't matter. Is this a Jackson Pollock? If so, it's worth around $2 million. If not, it's worthless garbage. That's how the artwork works. So it's your brand that matters. And if AI copies your style and you have a solid brand following, it won't matter. Fakes are worthless. But this is largely relegated to physical media or potentially a blockchain type situation. But it is reliant on society's value of authenticity. It could easily get to a point where no one cares. In 1585, Sir Walter Raleigh sent an expedition to America to establish a colony. They landed at Croatoan, present-day North Carolina Outer Banks. They met a werewolf named Wingina, who sent 2 spies back to England for a visit, Manio and Wanchese. Upon their return back to Croatoan, Wanchese abandoned the English. Having seen London and the advanced weaponry, the numbers of people, the city, he returned to Wingina and advised him that they should immediately unalive the small colony as they imposed a great threat. Manio, on the other hand, embraced the English. He lived with them, dressed like them. He walked the line between the two worlds. Ultimately, the fate of Manio and the John White colony is unknown. They disappeared. The futures of Wanchese and Manio saw, in the long run, we know how that played out. AI is here. It's already taking over social media. You can't believe anything at face value anymore. We're surrounded by plastic and inauthenticity. We're standing on the shoreline, watching a tsunami come, and the only thing you can do is try to find a way to ride out the wave. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it entertaining. If so, drop a like, subscribe, keep this channel chugging along. You can find my original art on Etsy at Leopard Stripe. Do original paintings, prints, all from North Carolina. All there is today. Until next time, get some sun, touch some grass, find the art and everything.